Hello, today's video subject is different. As an Italian guy, we're going to talk about a homemade pizza. Homemade is way harder. Having a kneading machine and a wood oven makes things way easier. So first and foremost we have the dough. Leavening is the most important thing, and that's actually what makes it possible for you to stretch it out without tearing it. So doses depend on water. So you decide a given amount of water, then you use salt and flour accordingly. An example is half a kilogram of flour, 1/3 of a liter of water, possibly even less, 10 grams of salt, 4 grams of yeast. I like even less than that. And if it's dry yeast, make it 1/3. So 1.5 grams. Also, sugar and oil are optional. Consider that salt slows leavening down, so it's important. So I start with water, flour, and sugar, yeast, and oil. Obviously, you are allowed to press the dough on the table. I do it in the air because I don't want to get everything dirty, and in the end the result is okay. So the leavening, it's about trial and error. The place where you live is a major factor: weather, temperature, humidity. You have to make sure the dough is dense enough, and if it leavens too much it becomes frail, and you have to be very careful when stretching it, possibly using a rolling pin, gently, just one roll. Opposite case, if the dough doesn't leaven enough, it's going to retreat when you stretch it, and this is also what causes bubbles. And I'm talking about bubbles all over the place, not only on the crust. The most common mistake is using too much flour. Let it rest a bit. 1 hour is more than enough. So when it's smooth, you divide it in loaves. There are two major types of leavening. One is at room temperature, the other one is in the fridge. Room temperature leavening is going to happen in a little bit more than half a day. It depends on the amount of yeast. A fridge is going to slow it down a lot. And when the dough leaves the fridge, it's going to be too hard. So you have to take it out earlier to make it easier to stretch it. On the other hand, room temperature means that the dough will be very soft. So for a beginner, I would rather suggest to use more yeast and go for the fridge leavening. Stretching the dough is all about leavening. If leavening is correct, that's going to be easy. My dough is a little bit under leavened, but it's okay. The result is going to be good anyway. I just use a baking tray, no oil, no baking paper. Just don't make your pizza too thin or it will stick. So the cooking, when the tomato starts boiling, you take the tray out, add mozzarella cheese, and preheated oven if possible. With a home electric oven, it's hard to cook the bottom. So the way for cooking the bottom is to make sure every pizza spends enough time at the bottom of the oven so that the baking trail is in contact with the hot surface, and if you have just one, you may leave it on the bottom and just check the bottom of the pizza whether it's going to burn or not. It's not easy to burn the bottom of a pizza with a baking trail, but it can happen. Some use a baking stone, but I'm not asking for that much. And getting the right cooking is hard, with an electric oven especially. Well done, well cooked is always better than undercooked. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe I will be back sometime with some easy recipe. And yeah, this is the final result. Thanks for watching.